Technology sucks butt.
It does.
All right, you have to move.
Peek our new microphones.
I'm sorry. Come over here. She's all mommy.
Go. You know what time it is.
You gotta move, honey. I gotta sit down. Come over here. Good job. Thank you. So nice. In your head, you're saying. What are you doing? Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find.
Who's the one sorry now? Oh, there's a poem?
There is.
What?
Yeah.
Pillar. Need pillar.
You need pillar.
I need a pillar.
Now it's just a matter of finding out.
All right. Getting comfortable. There
There
we are.
Go.
Oh, Pre-Salem. Sorry, because we changed it.
That we changed it last minute. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to turn the volume down because I can't pay attention.
We should do a reaction of our own video.
Oh God,
That'd be hilarious.
Peek our new microphones. They're
Pinky, pinky.
to match all of my equipment. I was not a pink girl until I met Justin. And then I was like, I want pink everything.
Yes.
So before we even begin this, because this is going to be, I think this is one of the shortest ones I've ever written. It's only 8 pages. So we're actually going to spoil you guys today.
Yes.
We're gonna try a little something like we did the crumble cookies. We're going to try Dubai chocolate. I saw this and I was like, we have to try it. I have seen nothing but good things about it.
That's what I do. Watch.
I have seen nothing but good things about it. Like, a lot of people like it.
Really? Okay.
Especially people who are like texture people. They like the texture of it.
Okay.
So it is Dubai style chocolate, pistachio, and kadif. I think that's how you pronounce it. I like this idea of pistachio.
You're not allergic, right?
No, I'm not allergic to pistachio.
Okay, just want to make sure. But it may contain sesame peanuts and other sugar.
Yeah, it may contain a whole bunch of other things that I am.
It's like a little envelope.
It is. And then it's in a nice little chocolate. Not chocolate. You can tell I'm really excited.
It's foil. It's in a foil.
It's in a foil.
And it's done by Lindt, right? If I'm saying that right. And made in Germany.
You know why it was so expensive?
Yeah.
Because it was made in Germany.
Should we tell them how much one bar was?
No.
Okay, we're not.
I don't feel like reliving that trauma.
We're not going to tell you then.
Yeah, that was a rough one. These are expensive. Okay, so they're not your typical like.
Oh, geez.
Like broken in half, like Hershey's ones. They're like actually a little bit thicker.
Did you just rip the top of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tataru and Willow and Marie are all in the room.
Yeah.
Willow and Tataru are staring at us.
Yeah.
They want to taste.
And you can't have it.
No, you can't.
Willow's like, I'm sad. Well, here, listen to that. Listen.
That is some ASMR.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Ooh.
That's good chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know what it reminds me of? Christmas.
It kind of smells like a Hershey.
It does.
I mean, no comparison, but
it reminds me of Christmas.
Hershey, yeah, Hershey, a Christmas bar.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm trying to say words and they ain't working.
Really aren't. Okay, so let's see the break.
Wait. Okay. Oh wow, that was soft.
That was a soft one. Okay, so it looks like each bar is individually
Filled.
filled. Okay. That was a better one.
Damn it! Right when I take the microphone away. Nice.
So I'm gonna do the partially one that didn't break evenly. That was a good
Ooh,
one.
That was nice. You best back up my chocolate.
Chocolate? Good.
What do you think you're doing? You best be backing your nose up. Let me tell you something about women in chocolate. You can't have any, so there you go. Definitely crunchy with the
Mm-hmm.
oh, there's pistachio. Found it. Okay. Yeah, remind me, we need to get the fabric out.
Mm.
So we can do our.
It doesn't taste too bad.
Mm-mm.
I really like, you know what it reminds me of?
Huh.
Crunch bars. You know how they have the little like pebbles of cookie? Except this is throughout the whole entire chocolate.
ASMR crunching. Okay. You know what? I thought I wasn't gonna like this because, like, you're talking about texture, things and texture, but no, this is really
And that's what I've
good.
seen a lot of people who like they don't normally like the texture.
And the thing is the chocolate covers up a lot of it. I'd recommend it. I'm not saying I'll have to do like a little flash on the thing saying how much it
Just boom.
was when I upload it to the other
Because
thing.
it does taste really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that it might get the crunch might get a little bit
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming, especially if you get like the thicker Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, do you know Dubai means chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like saying chai tea.
That's
You're
hilarious.
saying tea.
Oh, it's a Dubai style chocolate. So it's not because the Dubai chocolate's thicker and it's harder to break. I've seen couples that do like a video. There's the one couple that I follow. They're so hilarious. And husband and wife, his wife bought this one, but it's a thicker one. She's hiding in the pantry from the kids. She goes to break it. Her husband can't even break it. They could not break the bar because it was so thick. And then when they finally broke it, it went on the floor. And the husband's like, "Hold on a second." Went down and got a piece of it. This one was made in Germany though,
I've also seen
but it
people.
was distributed at a New Hampshire.
I've also seen people. They take like the filling
Mm-hmm.
and they put chocolate swirls in it,
Yeah,
and then they eat it out of a jar.
it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I was like I will give this trying it the first time. It's not the actual Dubai chocolate bar,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a Dubai style. I'm gonna give this 10 out of 10
I give it 10 out of 10 as well.
because
I mean, I'm on my second bar. It's that good.
I can't do much more because
It is kind of like
it's a little sweet for me, but
I was about to cut it off because I was like, okay, the sweetness factor.
you could probably do if you
Eat it
think about
slowly,
2 pieces.
mm-hmm.
I think if you just did 2 pieces at a time,
which means it's gonna last a while. And for how expensive it was,
mm-hmm.
that's pretty nice. The
And
fact
I
that
would keep it in the fridge just because
yeah,
it'll keep it. It will keep it.
so putting it back in the foil is gonna be super difficult.
Oh, that reminds me. People need to like, hey, let me know because I put a thing on. Oh, Jesus Christ! Cheese and crackers. Oh, which reminds me, we need more foil. I know you guys are doing shopping, so I'm like, might as well tell her now. We need foil. We are completely out.
Oh, I talked to my grandpa today,
Yeah.
so I called him and I talked to him.
Oh yeah, because you said to remember you got to talk. Hey, did you call your
Yeah,
grandpa?
so I called him.
Yeah.
I called him right,
Wait,
and I told him I was like, hey, yeah, we're headed to Disneyland in September, and he goes, "Oh, have you been?" And I go, "Yeah, Michelle and Justin took me." And he goes, "Have you been to Disney World?" I go, "No, that's too far of a drive. When we get moved to Wichita, we'll probably go there."
We'll go, yeah.
And he's like, "I like Disney World better than Disneyland."
Yeah.
Because he goes, I think I was older, so I could enjoy it more in Disney World.
Mm.
And he goes, "But Disneyland," I goes, "Yeah, I went there, and there's just something about it." And he goes, "I was the exact same way until Disney World." He was adamant that he loves Disney World
That's
so much.
So went and seen my dad and stepmom Titsy yesterday, and because they were here because they were waiting for their company and do their stuff and whatnot. So hopefully it went well. And we got to talking about Disneyland and Disney World, and even my dad's wife had made the comment of she liked Disney World over Disneyland. I remember how she worded it, but she is like it's top notch for her, and that because she's been to both. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, that's what John and I want to do, but we want to wait the 6 years after we move. So it's going to be like 2031, 2032 before we do it because they're building Villains Land. That part, that hands down, I can't wait for that part. That's going to be my favorite part. And I know the price in so many years is going to be different, but from the time that we move to the time that they finish that,
Yeah.
is, sticking money aside, depending on the living arrangements at that moment too, is sticking some money aside each paycheck just so we can go and do that. I have a friend that I follow on Facebook. He, I think he's like a travel concierge or whatever. Are you trying to get up there, Willow? Be
She's
careful.
climbing a mountain. She's climbing a mountain.
We could have moved that pillow for you, but okay.
She's climbing a mountain.
And so
now she got me in the way.
the one thing she said is she got onto Mount Everest, the ride, and
she climbing me.
And so she's all,
she climbing me.
It's a good ride and
you
everything.
know where she headed.
And then she was talking about how they got on the ride, and there's a part of the ride that it takes you to the very top where the track is broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. They'll be seeing more than cat butt. You can't have this. And so, give me your eyes. And so, she said that the part she didn't like is when it goes backwards. So it takes you backwards, it gets dark, and then you go down. Then you finish off the ride that way. And John and I looked at each other and we're like, we're so doing that. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Maybe on the TV so we could see the comments better. Pinch poke, give me coat.
Okay, I'll buy them tomorrow.
Okay, good. And then, so we did the Dubai style chocolate, and it's actually not bad. I recommend it.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Probably like you might be able to eat about 2 pieces at a time.
But like again, for the price to be able to split it up, because there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 5 days worth of chocolate. Because I think there's 5 rows, which is pretty
about
good.
10 pieces.
Yeah, about 10 pieces, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I hope you guys know, I'm extremely traumatized because of you guys. I have been writing episodes for the past week.
Oh, that's right.
I have written the Half-Hanged Mary episode. I have written the Devil Made Me Do It episode, the Toy Box episode, and I am writing Edmund Kemper's episode right now.
And that's the one when you're gone, but we're
pre-recording it. The Toy Box Killer one, traumatized. Not like kind of like Fred and Rose level traumatizing, but like a little bit more. Because the Fred and Rose case, we didn't know exactly what happened, right?
Right.
I'm going to tell you this. He kept journals about what he did. And he wrote detailed journal entries about it. Technically, this man also, fun fact, not classified as a serial killer. Because they can never prove that he killed people.
So what I'm hearing, it's going to be a great time for reactions.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic set of reactions. Also, I am going to mention a transcript in that episode. For the love of God, do not read that transcript.
Mm.
I read that transcript and
He regretted it.
I regretted it. I had to watch puppy videos all night to get over it. And sometimes I will, I think it was the night, I think it was Friday. I was working freight with some of the new girls. And in my head, all of a sudden, I just started hearing quotes of the transcript
Oh,
in my brain.
oh, I gotta tell you something happened
I
today.
started just don't do it.
Peeps.
Just don't do it. Because I started hearing it in my head
Hi,
because you
Moo.
can't listen to it. They don't allow you to listen to all of it because of just how disturbing the audio is. But they allow you to read it. It's like 19 pages. It's a 5-minute long video that he played for all of his victims from 1993 onwards.
You good there?
And yeah, sometimes I will be laying in bed getting ready to go to bed and my brain will just pop in with something that was written in the transcript.
Damn.
I'm forever
that hurts.
traumatized because of that. But also, The Devil Made Me Do It case has the Warrens in it.
Okay. So did you guys? So I've been using CapCut.
Will you stop licking the table? You're like a regular
Excuse
Hermione.
me. And I did. I did that one, but I didn't watch it. So I don't know if anybody. I'll have to look and see when we're done with this one to see if anybody liked that episode because I uploaded it onto that, and I'm trying to do intros for it and stuff and exits. But I may not be able to do that right at the moment. Like try to get that done until we have like a computer where I can do it on there. So okay, so this morning I come in, I grab all the stuff for the fitting room.
Yeah.
Okay. And I put it at the counter. I wasn't at the fitting room. They had me try to finish off the pricing, which we got all the way. Men's is all done. Women's is done. Just the walls. I have one wall, like a half a wall in boys that needs to be done. And then the sleep pants, polo sleep pants for men, that part needs to be done. And then we have girls and infants. So we were doing that today. It was me and a team lead. And I'm sitting at the fitting room, or not, I was close to the fitting room because I was doing the pajama wall because I started intimates right after that. And all of a sudden I hear this. There's nobody in the damn fitting room. No one.
Okay, so if you don't know anything about us, we work at Walmart.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. From what I understand, we have a Walmart ghost at our store. Typically, I think there's two. I think there's the one that typically roams lawn and garden. There was a lawn and garden associate. He didn't die at the store, but he was there for so long. I think he worked there for like 45 to 50 years. He'd been there for a long time. And he stayed in lawn and garden that whole entire time. Yeah. Right? So he'd been there for ages.
Right.
And it's funny. His wife, our old HR was telling me, his wife will sometimes come into the store still and walk through lawn and garden because that's how she can feel close to her husband.
Okay.
Because it reminds her so much of him.
Yeah.
There's rumors that it's haunted over there, but I swear every single person who works in Walmart will hear their name being called by somebody they know. I have heard Michelle call me. I have heard Justin call me. I've heard John call me. I've heard my mom call me. I've heard Patrick call me. And this was after Patrick's death. That was a little weird and creepy. I've heard a lot of things, right? Call my name. And I'll look around and there's nobody there. And then I'm like, okay, cool. In apparel, you can ask her. Something apparel we do is we call somebody's name. And it's kind of like a game of Marco Polo until we find them.
Yep.
I've had that happen numerous times where I start looking for the person who was calling my name.
Yep. Because
nobody was looking.
I had that somebody whisper my name today, and I look and I'm like, I'm the only one over here. Can y'all not do this today? And the not, but see, here's the thing: is the way our fitting room is set up. We have 2 women fitting room. We have men's fitting room, and then we have the wheelchair accessible. But we use it for both.
I consider the middle one the gender neutral.
Oh, do you?
I consider whenever I see somebody and I'm not sure if they're transitioning, if what their identity is.
Right.
I'm
So
gonna put them in the middle one because I don't want to either make them feel upset that they're being identified as their original identity, or if
Well,
they're
see-
transitioning. I'm just gonna put you in the gender neutral.
There's a little girl in Cortero. We called her Elizabeth. She'd throw DVDs across the aisle. Dang, have her come to our store. She would give us more action. But so what the weird thing is though is there's a lady on the opposite side where the scrubs are. I thought it was her. And I told Cass that. And I come around the corner and I look and I turn around and I look, she goes, looking for something? And I'm like, okay, I know many people do not believe this. But I was over here doing the sleepwear, the full pant, the pants sleepwear, and I demonstrated. I heard a knock, just like that, and she goes, and I told her, I go, there's nobody in the fitting rooms because we don't open them until 9, and I came in at 7, and it happened between 7 and 9, and I'm getting this stuff done that was my task for the day, and I go around the corner, and there was a customer. She was there, but she was not anywhere in the fitting room area. And I checked the doors and they were all locked. Because Cassie even said, she goes, did you check the doors, make sure they're locked? I was like, oh, yeah, I know they're locked. But I went ahead and double checked them again just to be safe because one may have not got shut, at night. And then she goes, well, there was a customer over here. I was like, Cass, it wasn't her. I go, I'm literally on the other side of this wall where the Halloween fuzzy shorts are and stuff. And it was clear and it was closer to where I was at. Like they were in the wheelchair accessible freaking thing. I get goosebumps just talking about it now, like I did at the store. And I'm like, okay.
So
And it doesn't freak me out. I want to throw this out. It does not freak me out.
I guess I don't know, this sounds so wrong. I did the basic white bitch thing, and I just went, oh, that's a coincidence. I was walking to men's to go lock men's because somebody had left it open.
Wow. Yeah. He was in at 5 today.
I had left somebody had left the men's, like it was closed, but like you could still tell it was open. So I was going to unlock it, and all of a sudden the door just kind of swings open just a little bit right when I was reaching for it, and I was like, "That's a coincidence. Must have been a wind gust." Which, you know me, normally I'd be like, "Okay, that's a little weird. That's a little suspicious," but I'm over here just like, no. It was just a wind gust. And now you're saying that, and I'm like, oh, shucks. Is my fitting room haunted now? Am I going to have to sage the fitting room?
I just thought it was funny because I'm like, what the heck, man? I'm like, that's just okay.
I did what every white girl does in a horror film. Just goes, okay. What? And I am ashamed of myself.
What?
My ancestors would be ashamed of me.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
My Mexican ancestors would be like, Abigail, you know better.
It's like, and again, this stuff doesn't freak me out because when I worked at Houghton, I don't know. I'll be doing a haunting video, so I'll repeat these things anyways because I'll have to talk about them again. But Houghton, we did that, but I understood that they built that Walmart on a sacred ground or something, and I was like, oh well, that's nice. And then, mind you, you can tell where the air conditioning units are, like the vents, right, the big vents, and so you'll be able to see things swinging. We had no air conditioning on at the time, and it was over in the frozen section again at the Houghton grocery store, and the sign was going like this. It was going exactly. It was going back and forth like this.
Because I was also so close to the doorknob, and so when it swings open, gets farther from me, I was like, I guess it was a wind gust. But I was so close to the door, and if the door hadn't moved, I would have been able to grab it to push it in.
Open.
Instead, it just swung open on its own, and I just went, never mind.
Never mind, I ain't touching it.
No, I just went, never mind, and then pretended to do the action and close the door.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, this one it was a little weird because there's no AC on in the building, and just seeing the one sign sit here go back and forth like this, mind you, and then nothing else happened like for the rest of the day. But then I was hearing somebody call my name, and it was my son's grandmother after she had passed. Like she had passed, before I went to that store, and I've heard her a couple times because I'm that person that I get down on myself for certain things, and I kept doing it, and I literally heard her in my ear say, "Stop it." I was like, "Okay, I'll stop," and then I stopped. So if I do it in a joking manner now. I don't cut myself down. I quit doing that, but that's like I heard her the first time say stop it, and then the second time she said my name, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, gosh dang it. It's like, why? It's like, stop doing that.
But you're going to catch me at 8 o'clock in the morning going like this. This is the ground rules. If you're going to haunt my fitting rooms, you got to follow a couple things. There is a customer who's pissing me off, and you can tell they're pissing me off. You got free reign to do whatever you want, buddy. But if somebody's being nice, leave them be.
Yep.
Leave me be.
That's all we ask.
Leave the associates be, unless they're a bitch, and you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, now Angela, because she said the B word, did you guys hear her say the B word,
or did it bleep it out? Because that's gonna be fun.
Because I need to know, because I said it to that, and I want to know if it bleeped it out or if it didn't, or if it's just gonna bleep it out after the whole fact.
Yeah, it's gonna bleep it out after we go from live.
Because I'm curious of knowing if it did or not.
I don't know.
I don't either. So we know.
No bleep. All right.
Nice. Let's just get this shit. I'm just kidding.
All right. So
it'll probably bleep it out when we're done after, and then do all that fun jazz.
So we're gonna start talking about half hanged Mary. So we're gonna be talking about a woman named Mary, of course.
Safe in your lap.
Yes. Look at it. It's mostly ice at this point.
Okay.
I made myself a frappuccino and it failed. It was all sinking to the bottom, so now I got a giant ice chunk.
Chunk of the ice. Okay. Let's do it.
So she's not a killer. She's a woman who experienced a lot of wrongdoings in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel pretty bad for her. Okay. I think it's also really interesting storyline that has to do with witchcraft and witches, but also the terribleness of human nature.
Okay.
So like I said, we are discussing a woman named Mary. This is based in Hadley, Massachusetts.
Okay.
It's a huge story on witchcraft. And this was during a time when mass hysteria was a huge issue. So this was before the Salem Witch Trials, which is often considered as one of the biggest mass hysteria events in U.S. history. Mass hysteria being somebody says something, and then everyone goes, "Oh, you're right. And then it ends up doing something stupid like killing 17 to 19 people. So, it was actually 10 years before the Salem Witch Trial, this case.
Okay.
And it actually lays the groundwork for the Salem Witch Trials.
Can't wait to get into that. That'll be fun.
So the Salem Witch Trials had over 200 people that were persecuted during the Salem Witch Trials, but only 19 were killed. And even though 19 is a lot, it possibly could have been a lot worse and could have been a lot more. I know eventually we're going to talk about the Salem Witch Trials. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to say it is often used as a way to remind people to go against a group, and the reminder of what can be a side effect of intolerance. So mass hysteria. So mass hysteria can often be used as a way to separate people from another group.
Yeah.
To say they're the problem, not us. They're I'm gonna keep.
So kind of summing it up like today's society.
Kind of, yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Don't you wish? Okay, you said I can interrupt as much as I want because it's only 8 pages. I like this. When it's longer, I don't interrupt as much because I want it to be done. Sometimes, depending on the case. So, what would you do? Okay. Would you rather? There you go. Would you rather? Would you rather live back in that time when all this is taking place and going on, or stay where you are now?
See, simply because of my health problems, I'd rather stay here now.
So the doctors, you got all
doctors, medical.
Doctor stuff. Okay.
Also, I know damn well I would be prosecuted as a witch. I just know it. I would be prosecuted. I would also.
I could do a podcast on you.
Eventually.
you.
Eventually.
I can talk about
But
you.
also, I would say, did I tell you one of the things that was recently posted on X by a political figure?
Mm-mm.
One of the things was posted was a whole entire argument about why women shouldn't vote.
Oh, you might have.
And
I forgot.
the pastor is quoted saying this: women are the kind of people who give birth to other people.
When you're done.
Basically saying the only value women have
Is
is
to give
give
birth.
birth. That's all they're good for.
Oh, I guess you're gonna starve.
Exactly. And this time around we have a lot more
Oh, nice.
ability to revolutionize more than the 1600s.
Oh.
That's
Well,
another
that's
thing.
a good thing that they
Yeah.
didn't get burned.
And then but he posted that. He also posted that all gay people should be illegal, and I got some thoughts on that. He's not talking in the thing that I've like, it's not, he was not talking about gay marriage. He was talking about gay
Just
people in general should not exist. And why does what somebody does in the privacy
And
of their own bedroom
Ain't none of your dang business.
bother you so much?
Peeping Tom.
Let them live their life. Does it affect you? Unless you're closeted, maybe.
Sounds like he's a closeter.
What's the
Sorry.
thing? Every time there is a specific convention. Every time
Sorry, I heard John laughing.
Every time there is
closeter.
a specific convention, the famous Grinder, the gay dating app, goes down
Okay,
at this specific convention.
You gotta change that. That just sounds wrong.
That's my belief. He does protest too much.
Yes, he does protest too
He
much.
protests just a little bit.
It's red.
You right?
Yeah, I mean, does
And then hearing today that the
too
Supreme
much?
Court has been asked to hear something that could potentially overturn marriage equality, which to me, the only reason that is concerning, but the thing I'm more interested in is the reasoning, because I studied criminal justice. Based off of the reasonings they give, it could potentially be used for other instances.
Yeah.
That too. It can be used for other instances.
You're already complaining about the world being overpopulated, the United States being overpopulated. Now you want to do that to...
Oh no, we're not overpopulated.
Really?
We're underpopulated. Did you hear what happened after the Roe v. Wade was overturned thing? Our fertility rate started dropping. It was originally at 2.1%. And now it's at 1.5%.
Oh, shucky darn.
Also, I guess people are getting mad.
Yes, we now have the lowest birth rate.
Yeah.
Oh, heaven forbid we have the lowest birth rate. Do you really think I want to bring a child into this world? I brought in 3. Do you really think I would want to continue to bring one into this world? As stupid as we are?
Do you think I want to pass on potential health complications to a child I have in a world that could potentially charge thousands and thousands of dollars to that child, if not millions?
3 to the society right now. Just subjected 3 to the society that's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I love my kids. I do. But no, I ain't having no more, and I ain't gonna have any more because that shop is closed. We put a bolt, locked it, it's sealed, and that ain't happening. But no, I would not. If I was somebody your age and Justin's age, and I fully understand they don't want kids. Fine, that's how they feel. I have nothing against that. They have fur babies. I'll take fur babies as grandkids. I'm good with that. But if I was there, I wouldn't want to bring a kid into this world with the way things are going right now. Why?
No, and then I was watching this lady. So she was
We're so far off on a tangent.
Yeah, she's like in her early 20s, right?
Yeah.
She asked the doctor to get her tubes tied. She has known for sure she does not want kids. Do you know what the doctor asked her to give her dad?
Do we want to know? Yes, we do. Tell us.
A piece of paper signing off on the procedure. She's 20-something years old, and they were
ask her dad
because she's not married and she doesn't have any prior children. So she needs another male to give permission.
That look I just gave you would be the look my dad would probably give. Like, seriously, she's 40-something years old, and you're
But
asking my
I
permission.
think we have come really far from the 1600s, right?
Oh,
We
yeah,
can
this is
always
stupid.
progress as a
Sorry,
human
guys.
society.
Did you read our first comment? Men aren't. Oh, damn it! It says men aren't gonna get laid if the birth control is banned. Sorry, guys.
I mean, look what happened in Korea.
Yeah.
They literally have whole entire grades that are no longer in existence because women said, nope, nuh-uh, we're done. You're not going to treat us with respect. I'm not going to give out.
They have no male to give. Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
We don't need
We have
men that we have respect for in our lives. We don't need their permission to do something. I'm sorry. Now, if I was under the age of 18, okay, fine. I get that. And I totally get that. But right now, if I could see my, oh man, half the crap that I hear from her, you should hear me go on my tangent.
I will just say this. We are in a better time than we were during the witch trials.
Okay, I was
But
about to say, wait a minute. Look who's in office.
I will say, though, we will always have time. We will always be able to get better as a society. For example, everything that's happening in Washington, D.C.
Wait,
Do
hold
you
on.
know the
Oh,
last
and
time that happened?
no insurance needs the permission of a male. It's just the doctor.
Yeah,
Give
give
it
it
a
a few
few
months.
months. Yeah. Okay. I was like trying to read. Had to read her comment twice because I'm trying. My brain's trying to.
But let's think of like the last time something similar to what's happening now
Yeah.
happened was under J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI, right?
Okay.
He tried to get rid of all the homelessness in Washington, D.C. Became super militarized, right?
Like right now with Trump.
Kind
Sorry.
of. But what happened afterwards is iconic because he had pushed the pendulum so far this way that people were like, no, 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 we got to push it the other way. So they pushed it the other way. And as a result, that is when you get FDR. That is when you get Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. It literally, we got a whole bunch of programs.
So okay, hold on, because I'm having deja vu right now. Deja vu. So Hoover did what Trump is doing.
He was not president. He was the FBI director.
Well, still, but he did what our president is doing in Washington.
Kind of militarized it, made it super aggressive.
Yeah.
Constant surveillance.
Yes. So he's succeeding.
Very similar.
And
yes.
I'm like, that's deja vu right there.
Very similar. So there's a lot of things that we can look at now that actually happened in the past. A lot of people are saying that the reason we are swinging to the point we are right now, because basically when Obama got elected, it kind of swung like this way because a lot of people got scared.
Yeah.
Because as much as I hate to say it, a lot of people got scared there was a black man in office.
Right, right.
And so they got scared.
Yeah, we like you, Obama, by the way.
If you could run for president again, I would love it. Please.
We like you.
But he had swung the pendulum this way.
Right.
People got so scared that the pendulum was up here, they had to swing it back that way. So now we're in that kind of J. Edgar Hoover militarization, all that fun stuff. And everybody is waiting. Because that pendulum could stay there for a little bit, or people get so mad about that pendulum being there that eventually that pendulum just goes and swings the other way. Because
in October,
FDR,
we'll learn about the pendulum from Pit and the Pendulum. Just saying.
Yeah. But like FDR was elected 4 times into presidency. He was elected 4 times into office. He was the one who put in a whole bunch of social security programs that basically a lot of people were like at the time were, that's socialist. You can't do that. That's socialist. That's bad. That's awful. But now if you look at other countries, what we had then was just a basic small infrastructure. There are other giant countries that have much bigger programs now that if we were to copy them, I mean, I think they said that if we had nationalized health care, we would actually save hundreds of thousands of dollars a year because we wouldn't be paying insurance premiums. And a lot of people cite that, there'd be longer wait times. But I mean, I have a rheumatologist appointment that I scheduled, and I had to schedule a month out because I couldn't get to him next day.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't change.
mean,
it just
if
means
you're-
everything gets more affordable.
Yeah, which would be smart. Okay. So my whole question is, would you rather?
Would you rather? I would rather be now because we're closer to progress now than we were back then.
Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm laughing at is that was like,
Yeah.
would you rather be in that time or this time? And then we just went on a full
Oh,
tangent
a full
there,
tangent.
a full tangent about it.
I
But it
love.
makes a lot of sense because then people will sit there and think, okay, well, wait a minute, no, I'd rather stay here.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I love political history. Like one of my favorite fun little facts is during the Civil War, the North and the South were still meeting together for congressional meetings. And I don't remember if it was the North or the South, where one of them got so mad at the other for debating about slavery that they raised their cane and beat the crap out of him with their cane on the Senate floor.
That's too funny.
There isn't longer wait times. Look at other countries that exactly.
Yeah. Within a month, people are getting appointments, diagnosis, and on the road to get to healing.
Exactly. And
that makes sense. I mean,
also,
I'd rather have the wait times, to be honest, because if you did let's say you did and then we'll get back to our little case, but if you did all the work to go get all that blood work and stuff done, it could take a bit because how long? Where's the wait time for the blood work? You gotta go through all that. I would have to agree. I'd rather have the wait times and then.
I mean, the fact that Americans travel to like Spain and spend $1,200, get a full body scan, blood work, X-rays. They check the bone density in your body in these scans. They check your oxygen levels, how your lungs are working. They do MRIs of your brain.
Yeah.
It's insane.
South Carolina beat Massachusetts.
Yeah. So
I had family on both sides that fought.
Yeah.
In the war. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say I love political history. It is one of my favorite things. Is because sometimes our political history is so unhinged.
That's why we throw a little bit every once in a while into it, because I would love for our video to blow up if we did political history.
Yeah.
But I know if nope. It's a truck. It's a truck. Stop. It's a truck. Stop. Stop. It's a truck. No, it's a truck. It's okay.
Yeah, the Mexican Americans were not because technically at that time, Arizona, the part of Arizona that is notably in the Civil War, was still kind of a part of Mexico. So was a majority of Texas and New Mexico and California. They had not had the Mexican American War yet, so technically, not a lot of Mexicans have sides of the history of the Civil War because it was either that or here in the South there were not a lot of black slaves, but there were a lot of Mexican slaves here in the South.
We may have to throw into one of our podcasts when it's not holidays and spook season right now. Maybe looking into Civil War and all that fun jazz to just talk about it. And I'm gonna go close the curtain. Might want to watch your cup. Is that trying to get off the couch? Okay, here you go. I shut the curtain because.
Yeah,
it's blinded me.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Mexicans really fought in the Civil War because they were like, that's not our problem. Yeah. I think my family lived in.
What are you doing?
They lived in the central Mexico and they migrated north. My great grandpa would hop between the indigenous tribes and farming. So he would live on the indigenous land, stay there for a little bit, go to the farm and work on the farms.
Okay,
also, fun little fact, my great aunt, somebody in my family almost set fire to the train cabin they were sleeping in and almost killed a whole bunch of them, which It was an accident. They were sleeping in a train car.
You can continue.
So
This is driving me nuts.
basically,
Very sunny out.
it was one of those. History is so interesting, especially political history.
Very underrated.
If anyone ever tells you political history is boring, they have not read the right political history.
It gives me a headache.
It can give you a headache, but think about it this way. When something happens, you can go like, oh, this is exactly what you did. This is deja vu.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, I've heard this story before. I heard it just yesterday.
Exactly.
The one thing I do like about
Sounds
the
about right.
Salem Witch Trials, though, is okay. So since we're doing like the pre-Salem Witch Trials
Mhm.
with Mary, because I'm watching the show Salem,
Mhm.
and I got to continue it because it's spooky season, so I do need to continue watching it. I don't know how I feel about it yet because I've only watched like the first. I'm watching some episodes.
It
of
is
season
not an
one,
accurate description.
and I'm like, okay, this is a little because I've never seen the show before, so I'm like, I'm interested in it and I want to see it. So
It's a little over the top. But yeah. So actually there's two Marys in this case. One is Mary Webster and then one is another Mary no, there's Mary and then there's Margaret. My bad. So Mary Webster of Hadley, which is like in western Massachusetts. So during this time in the 1930s, the existence of witches and witchcraft was a problem that was prevalent in Europe. And the hysteria of it was so popular in Europe that it happened for like 2 centuries.
Okay.
That they were in Europe. They were like, oh my gosh, witches! We must burn them. So in the 15th century, fun fact, the Catholic Church led the accusations of witchcraft, but also was the leading cause of death for the accused, leading to the deaths of hundreds of thousands of mostly innocent people. So the Catholic Church basically was like, what's it called? The Catholic Church was like, you a witch, I'm gonna kill you. So they did.
Think of it. She's like mid-sentence. The Catholic Church
I
is like,
have been having such a bad thing of brain fog today where I'm not remembering. Why does it say no, it's not? What's in the history? I can't remember what she was saying.
I don't know.
I'll figure it out later. No, it's not as bothering. Okay, it's gone.
There was more hung than burned or drowned.
Yeah, they were more burned than they were more hung, or they were put under a pile of rocks and eventually slowly crushed to death too.
In that show, they do that.
Yeah, they do that. That was another cause
They
of
didn't
death.
do the water though. They either get hung or they have a pile of rocks put on them.
Yeah,
but they didn't do the
either
water.
way they die. So
yeah.
But like it was so ingrained in people. The Catholic Church was the leading cause of death in accusing people, and they basically murdered hundreds of thousands of mostly innocent people. So the reason I keep going back to the history and the hate was that this fear of witchcraft was completely normal. It's not like where it is now, because I don't want to infantilize, but the term there were more the term witch and witchcraft were drastically different. There was more fear. So when the first laws were enacted in the colonies in 1641, the General Court included a common law statute from England that quoted scriptures word for word that established if any man or woman be a witch that is hath or consulteth with a familiar, they shall be put to death. And heads up, the familiar spirit they were referencing was probably a cat, but it could have been any animal you were seen near repeatedly, other than like a work dog because there was an excuse. But if a strange dog was attached to you, you were a witch. If there was a crow that was seen near you, witch.
Oh, Maleficent's a witch.
And God forbid you had a cat, you were definitely a witch.
Because they associate a cat with the witch.
Yeah, it was. They were considered.
I was about to, and what was going to be stupid, my dumb question was going to be like, why would they think that? Duh, because they associate witches with cats.
But I'm actually going to give you a little history on the Catholic Church and cats. Exactly. followed. It was those who typically had knowledge that was not normal. And I'm going to talk about the fact that oftentimes they would go after those people when they had another person that they could rely on. So if it was a small town where there was one midwife, they wouldn't touch that midwife. But if the town got bigger and there was eventually two midwives, then they would go after that first midwife because now there's no need for her. She has knowledge that is otherworldly. So, okay, so I'm going to give you a fun fact about Catholic Church history. Some say it's false. Some say it's true.
Okay.
So on June 13th, they don't argue the thing that was put out. They argue what happened afterwards.
Okay.
So on June 13th, 1233, Pope Gregory IX issued a papal bull, which is a formal document issued by the Pope, typically concerning matters of doctrine, governance, or other important appointments. This papal bull was called the Vox in Rama, and it linked cats to Satanism and witchcraft, which led us to the medieval periods where cats went through it, especially black cats. They were more Luciferian. I'm quoting the Vox Romana on that.
And then that's why during this time of the year, if not closer to October, Halloween, no animal shelter will let you or allow you to adopt black cats because people use them as sacrifices.
Yeah. They were no longer seen as being aligned with paganism, but actual evil. Because of this, heads up for animal cruelty, they were tortured and culled in large numbers. Fun fact, in the springtime, there was a little annual festivals to cull cats. I'm sorry to say, in a small town near Cambridge, they threw about 78 to 79 cats off the bell tower to get rid of evil spirits.
The fudge.
Yeah. So again, this is the mentality of people.
So stupid.
That
they throw you off the bell tower and see if you can fly.
It wasn't even to see if they could fly.
No, I'm just saying.
They knew it would kill them. They were like, it'll get rid of the evil
I know
spirits.
it would do that to them too, but I'm just trying to give them hope that they could probably fly.
So that's the level of fear.
Come on.
The level of fear people had at this time. And I'm not trying to justify what happens. I'm just saying this is it because
it's the time frame.
And it doesn't always click for people. They're like, that's so stupid. Why would they do that? This is the level of fear that they have. I mean, to this day, even my own mom was like, cats are evil. Cats are of the devil. Like, it's still to this day the idea that cats are evil.
Oh, I've had people tell me not to have a cat around my kids.
Exactly.
And I'm like, because they'll steal their breath. I'm like, no, they won't.
Exactly.
They actually protect them. I've had cats all my life. And I felt protected by cats because they can see things that we can't, just like dogs can see what we can't. And that's what they do.
So early colonial America at this point got these laws in the books, and they were going to make use of them. So in 1648, 35-year-old Margaret Jones was a Charleston midwife and a practitioner of herba medicine, and she was accused of witchcraft and put on trial. There is not a whole lot of information on this trial, and there was only a small tidbit found in the diary of Governor John Winthrop, who sat on the general court. It showed some evidence that was used to convict Margaret. This evidence was that she was found to have a malignant touch, as many persons, men and women, and children whom she stroked or touched with any affection or displeasure would get sick. And some things which she foretold would come to pass accordingly. He would also tell of secret speech, which she had no ordinary means of knowing. So basically, like, if somebody spoke in Latin, she'd be like, cool, I know what you're saying. And they were like, witchcraft. What is it? You could foretell it was going to rain. You're a witch. Oh my God. Basically, people would get sick after she touched them, and she also knew just some stuff. That's all she did.
So Abigail, she'd be like, oh, it's going to rain today. And before she could sit there and say, my knees are hurting, and be like, you're a witch, because you could foretell it's going to rain. No, exactly. I'm telling you because my knees hurt.
So the diary also said that she was intemperate and lying notoriously. and railing against the jury and witnesses.
She said her mom could tell the pregnant person when and what they were having.
A little bit of witch in all of us.
Say that out loud. I'm just kidding.
So basically he was saying she wasn't demure and she wasn't going to do as she was told. She wasn't going to say, "Yeah, I'm a witch. I accept the consequences you give me." No, she was going, "No, I'm not a witch. Why are you accusing me of witchcraft, you bitches?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, that makes you even more of a witch. You're not agreeing with us." So Margaret was the first person in Massachusetts and the second in the colonies to be tried and executed for witchcraft.
Wow.
Yeah. So now 8 years later, the community tried and executed a woman named Annie Hibbins for similar things.
Mhm.
Author Bridget March pointed out that witchcraft accusations were fairly normal during this time period. Every town had at least one official accusation and more legends and suspicions. So accusations were common.
I like that. I like that. Except
In
my
my
own
own.
laugh out loud, right?
But convictions and executions were not as common. That was because most of the women accused used herbal medicine and they couldn't risk losing someone who could help the community as a whole. So most of these convictions actually would happen when the community was strong and there were more than one of these persons. There were more midwives of herbal healers, then losing one wouldn't cause problems. So like I said, a lot of accusations, some of them being irrational with petty arguments, overactive imaginations, and religious reasons.
Mhm.
One of these cases was Mary Parsons, who was a Northampton woman who was accused of witchcraft by her neighbors in 1656. They had just moved from Springfield. This was already a strike against them. They were outsiders, and the community was talking about them.
Oh wow.
Mary also had her first English born child in town, so that was another thing causing a stir. They were also wealthier than their neighbors, so there was some jealousy going on.
Ooh, somebody had money.
Now, one day after they moved in, a neighbor, Sarah Bridgman, received a knock at her door. She said she opened the door and there was no one there, but she saw two cloaked figures pass by and she became convinced her child would die. The child did die a short time later, and Sarah became convinced it was Mary Parsons who killed her son. Apparently, there was already a feud going on between the two. Bridgman spent months telling everyone who would listen that Parsons was a witch and that it was her fault. So Joseph Parsons got fed up of this, filed a slander case on his wife's behalf like a man.
Mhm.
And this was a great protective move on his part, but it wasn't actually a good move. Because when he filed that, they went to court. Sarah explained it that there was a great blow to the door and she knew something was wrong with her newborn and she was sure her child would die. She said it was because there was wickedness in the place. And remember, this is a legal trial. She was saying wickedness caused her child's death. So because she said this, um remember legal trial, and they took this and said, "Wow, that's real." A lot of people testified actually that Sarah's baby had been frail and sickly since birth. So he brought her the slander charges against Sarah,
Yeah.
and Sarah was like, "Nah, but she a witch, bro." And the court went, "A witch? Bring her up. We're gonna try her for witchcraft."
Oh wow.
So people testified that Sarah's baby had been frail and sickly since birth. So people weren't surprised by his death. Another person said that there was a yarn spinner and she was spinning yarn for Mary and it kept knotting up no matter what she did. Um, no matter what she did, and she said that was because Mary's a witch because the devil likes knots.
No God.
Yeah.
I mean, back in that day, they did believe that.
Yeah.
If your yarn knotted up, something was going to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. Things got a lot worse for Mary when another woman named Miss Hanneman, who was another yarn spinner who worked with Miss Parsons, said that Parsons had tried to lure her daughter away from home. Another woman said her daughter got sick after she wouldn't let her work for the Parsons. So she bewitched them out of spite. Then a man came forward
Sorry
and
to
said,
laugh. It's not funny, but it's kind of just hearing it.
wait till you hear this one. A man came forward and said, "My cows got really sick after I had words with Mary, and then it died." and that's because of Mary. So there was a good thing, because this court actually did a little bit of research. Miss Handman, the yard spinner, had been feuding with Mary since Mary complained about the quality of her yarn.
Okay.
And so Miss Handman saw this as an opportunity to get back at her. The court also found the cows died of natural causes, and actually it was the owner's fault. So the court ruled
Ooh.
in Mary's favor,
So
and
animal neglect.
yeah, so the court ruled in Mary's favor, and Sarah got in trouble for lodging false complaints. So it was
Ooh.
determined she could pay a fee to the parsons or issue a public apology.
Here's a good question, because you said fees,
hmm
and we know what the fees are
hmm
for court crap like that. It's thousands of dollars. What were the fees back in there?
I
Back
think,
in that day, what was the fee for paying for lying?
if I'm not mistaken, it was she had to pay the parsons one coin,
1 shilling.
1 shilling,
Well, might as well
and
get.
she had to pay the court
Can you
4
stop
shillings.
putting your butt on me?
So she had to pay the court 4 shillings, but the parsons 1 shilling. That was her fees.
So 5 shillings
5 shillings, and that was it.
altogether, and that was it.
Yeah.
Then can we go back to that time? Can we go back to paying 5 shillings for something?
I know. So Sarah said, "I'll pay the fees," and she wasn't going to apologize. Even though the trial was over, Sarah kept spreading rumors, saying Mary was a witch for generations.
I'm sorry.
And this undermined the family's social status and political influence they had for generations.
Yeah.
So basically, even though this is to prove that there was actual research done. There were court cases where they were where they brought them to trial, and they were like,
Makes no sense.
it makes no sense. She's not a witch. So the reason I use that case is because that's a great example of seeing there was a little bit of a justice system going on, but it didn't mean that the accusations didn't stop.
Yeah.
Because until Mary's death, they kept telling those stories of her. This is a different Mary, though. We're going to get into the actual Mary, the half-hanged one, in a little bit. And not even a little bit, like it's the next story. But I wanted to show you that the justice system during this time didn't fail everybody. It just failed a majority of people. So, Mary Webster.
John, you might want to come dump the ice.
So let's talk about Mary Webster, the case at hand today. So we learned a little history, learned about the witch trials earlier. So Mary Webster was born to Mary Reeves, and she was born in England around 1624. And she was brought by her parents, Thomas and Hannah Reeves, to the Massachusetts Bay Colony. She was brought there within a decade or two of her birth, so within the first 20 years of her life. She was brought to the U.S., and also a lot of records are estimations because they have been lost. So the family settled in Springfield. Now, there's not a lot on her early life, but she does not appear on record until 1670, when she married 53-year-old William Webster of Hadley.
Okay.
So the Websters were described as being poor and having lived many years in a small house in the middle highway, and sometimes aided by town. So the town would give them food, water, because they didn't have enough. And by highway, they mean like where the animals crossed.
Okay.
So according to the author, Sylvester Judd, who wrote the town history of Hadley Mary's, town of Hadley, Mary's temper was placid. It was not improved by poverty or neglect. She used harsh words when offended, despised, and sometimes ill-treated. She was spiteful to some neighbors. So as soon as some of her neighbors started to call her a witch, she became a target for harassment. Soon rumors were saying she did this and that, and she bewitched some cattle and horses, and they stopped and ran back and wouldn't be driven by her house. There was a little bit of truth to this. She would try and keep farmers and travelers away from her house, so she would overturn their loads sometimes to keep them away. She would run up to their carriage and she would push it over. Or she would chase them away. In one instance, they claimed that she entered a house, had such influence on an infant on the bed or in the cradle, that the infant was raised to the chamber and fell back again 3 times, and no visible hands touched him. They're saying the baby levitated 3 times, and it was Mary's doing.
Okay.
Okay.
So the rumors are growing, and in
yeah.
response to the rumors, the community decided to get more proactive in their responses. So they started doing what they called disturbances. Smith said that when farmers claimed they were unable to drive their cattle by Mary's house, they, quote, would enter the house, beat her, or threaten to do so, and then she generally let them pass. That is what was called a witch disturbance. They would enter the suspected witch's home, beat her up to get her to stop at any point, because a witch could not practice witchcraft if she's being beat up. So they did this to Mary, and then they would get upset when she overturned their loads because they were near her house. So they'd break in her house, beat her up, and then be like, "Why are you overturning our loads? That's so mean of you. You broke into her house and beat her up."
You dumb idiot.
Fuck. So they did this to Mary, and they did it pretty often. So now authors are saying that in 1680 there was an incident where 16-year-old Anne Building was charged with practiced against the body of the um, body and mind of Mary, wife of William Webster. So apparently Anne entered the home and either assaulted or attempted to assault Mary. And so Anne was required to publicly apologize, and she had to pay £1 to Webster and £4 to the county for doing it.
Is it like dollars?
Kind of European dollars, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
No, yeah, pounds is okay.
So over time, the rumors grew and got more outlandish as time went on, and they did get more detailed. And there was one that was more consequential for Mary's safety. In the early 1680s, Mary was said to have entered the house of a neighbor, and after she left the house, a hen came flying down the chimney and fell into a boiling pot of water. The strange
Ooh.
thing was, Mary had a scald mark where the hen had apparently fallen into the water. So everyone assumed it was a witch's mark, and that the hen was Mary. She had transformed herself into a hen to spy on them. I'm pretty sure that if a hen falls in boiling water, that hen is gonna die and you're gonna eat it.
Yep.
Why was Mary still there? If you ate her.
Yeah, how could she be there if you ate her? That's true. Oh wow. Stupid peeps.
So-
You don't think very well back in them there days, do you?
No. So in March of 1683, Mary was brought in front of a county court in Northampton because of this. She was accused of being under the strong suspicion of having familiarity with the devil or using witchcraft. So after hearing all the testimonies, the court went, this seems to have some merit, so they referred it to the Boston court. They went, "You might have transformed yourself into a hen. We need to send you to Boston. So I need you to wrap your head around that. We think this might be real. We're going to send you to court in Boston."
Because you turned yourself into
To
a
a hen.
You're gonna send her there. How about you let her change first and then fly?
In April 1683, Mary Webster was 60 years old. So they
Jeez,
were doing
okay.
disturbances on an old woman. What he said.
Yep.
So they were going to her head when she at home when she was in her 40s, in her 50s, and just beating her up. So 60-year-old Mary is shipped up to Boston. If you can get the reference, you get the reference. Was shipped up to Boston, where she was held in a local jail cell waiting for her trial of witchcraft.
You sure they didn't put her in a chicken coop?
Oh, maybe. So she sat in jail for a month, and then her trial began on May 2nd, 1683. And it was heard by Governor Simon Broadstreet and 9 other gentlemen. And they looked at the charges and went, "This is normal. We should take this to trial." There was an indictment, and it read, "On the pursuit of the evidence is returned, what they did indict Mary Webster for that she, not having the fear of God before her eyes, and being instigated by the devil, hath entered into covenant and had familiarity with him in the shape of a warnage, which is a fisher or wild black cat of the wood, and had his imps sucking her teats and marks found on her."
What? Okay.
And-
Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Whenever it comes to witchcraft, you'll always find an article talking about somebody suckling on the devil's teats.
Oh my god, so stupid. Okay, proceed.
This was an actual legal document.
Wow.
And by several testimonies may appear contrary to the peace of our sovereign Lord, the King, his crown, and the dignity, the laws of God, and his jurisdiction, the court, in their serious consideration of the testimonies, did not leave her to further the trial. So she spent another week in Boston jail cell and was brought before the Court of Assistance on June 1st and formally tried. And there is only one document from this trial, and it says Mary Webster was not called and brought to the bar and was indicted, to which indictment she pleaded not guilty, making no exception against any of the jury and leaving herself to be tried by God in the country. So the indictment, the evidence was read and the committee to the jury, and the jury found her not guilty.
Oh wow. Okay.
She was acquitted of the charge of witchcraft, and Mary returned to Hadley, and all was supposed to be good. Her neighbors were mad that she was acquitted, and they weren't going to put her on trial again. So one of the people who considered the evidence in Hadley was Philip Smith, and he was a local judge and deacon for the town of Hadley. We're going to get on to my favorite person. And claim them to be, yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I mean, I have a lot of moles. What does that say about me?
The devil be getting fed, I guess.
I mean, I make sure I put on.
Oh, remember?
I make sure I put on
The
deodorant
third
before
nipple.
he starts.
The third
God.
nipple. God.
Yes.
What? Medieval people just, I think, needed to get laid.
Well, they didn't have
That's,
TVs
I
back
think, what
then.
the ultimate problem was. They weren't getting laid enough.
They have TVs back then. Yep, you're a witch. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, come over here.
So we're gonna get on to my favorite person, Cotton Mathers. I hate him, if you can't tell.
I'm all like gonna be looking in the mirror later. How many moles do I got?
So Philip Smith was described by Cotton Mathers, and we will discuss him.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't need to be jealous. F. Mathers.
Yeah, exactly. F. Mathers. Was described by Cotton Mathers, and we will discuss him in another case. Just know he's an awful human being.
Okay.
Mr. Philip Smith, a man of 50 years, a son of eminently virtuous parents, a deacon of church at Hadley, a member of our general court, a man of their country court, a select man for the affairs of town, a lieutenant to the troops, which crowns all a man. I said lenient, my bad. Crowns all a man for devotion and gravity and all that was honest, exceedingly exemplary.
Wow.
Mathers had never met Philip Smith. He just wrote that out his ass.
Apparently, because sounds like he always talks out of it.
Yeah, he always talks out of it. And I just used that one quote because I refuse to write everything Cotton Mathers wrote about Philip Smith, because it sounded like he was giving him a little hook too. Yeah, kind of. Fun fact, he had never met him. And
I heard that through the TV. Sorry.
So Philip Smith kept saying that Mary was a witch and he wasn't going to give up. Beginning of January 1684, Philip Smith's health began ailing, and they began saying, specifically Cotton Mathers began saying, that he was getting ill due to the spiritual battles of evil that were taking the toll on Philip Smith. Cotton Mathers wrote a lot on Philip Smith, even though he had never met him, and he wrote a lot about Mary Webster, but he never wrote about Mary's name. He never listed her name. He just wrote about her.
But people could figure out who it was.
Yeah, people in the town.
Mm.
I was gonna write some more, but I don't think I could get the taste out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So according to Bridget Marshall in the time, leading up to Philip's leading up to his ultimate death, Philip's emotional and mental health also started to decline, and he would have fits of delirium and would frighten everyone around him. He would also rant in these states of delirium. So they said the devil was messing with his mind and he was possessed. And this was all being done by Mary because he was her biggest proponent of her guilt. So everyone believed it was her doing this. And then it began with the weird stories of his medicine. Apparently his medicines would be emptied by unseen hands. So like the medicine bottle would be emptied and it would be
So what?
schizophrenia
Okay.
potentially. Like the medicine would be spilled out and there would be nobody who did it. There was also reports of him going to bed, and when he was sleeping, a fire started underneath his bed and then was miraculously put out.
What's the dude's name?
Philip Smith?
Stop eating beans.
I wish.
Causing friction. What happens with friction?
So a fire just
beans.
appeared, like a full raging fire just appeared under his bed and then disappeared.
Dang.
And everyone went, "It's Mary! It's Mary who did it."
Even though it probably could have came from his ruin. Y'all blaming a woman. Y'all blaming her.
So the people in the town actually did a disturbance on her, and they broke into her house and beat her up. And mind you, she's 60 years old. And they said,
woman cannot catch a break.
And they said the only time that Philip was able to sleep when Mary was being beat.
Oh wow.
Probably. That Philip was able to sleep was Mary was being beat. So when Philip Smith died from his illness on January 10th, 1690, was it 1695? 1685. I wrote 1965. He was an old man, if that's the case. No.
He's very old.
A group of young men set out to Mary's home.
300.
So Philip Smith died, and a group of young men set out to Mary's home. They dragged her from her house and hung her from a tree by her neck. So heads up, the gallows hadn't been invented yet. So they would literally have to slowly strangle you.
Right.
Which was a very painful death. She lost consciousness. When she stopped moving, they rolled her body in the snow for some time. They then buried her in the snow and left her for dead. Yeah. So they are walking back after mob mentality, killing a 60-some-year-old odd woman. And they're all proud of themselves, right?
Hey man, we killed a 60-year-old woman. Let's go get an ale.
Well, it came to a surprise when she came back. She didn't die. She was still alive when they left her. Mary Webster lived another 11 years before dying of natural causes in 1676, around 70 or so. We don't know how those 11 years went if they continued disturbances on her. We know she didn't go to court because there was no cases. We do know
so she lived out the remainder of her life, possibly in peace, and praying she was a witch to take care of the people. God.
Exactly. Can you imagine killing somebody and then turning the corner and there she is like, hello.
Ooh, do you know how much fun that would be just to screw with them? They think you're dead. And then you just pop up out of nowhere. Like have your little cloak on and you're standing there just looking at them.
Oh, yeah.
And when they turn around and they like look away, you just sleep. Well, for her, unfortunately, it'd probably be like a walker type slow.
Yeah.
But she'd get, that'd be freaking, and then she pops up behind your ass. Woo! That'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. We do know later, in 1692 and 1693, it was the tale that Cotton Mather's had written that justified the witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts. Remember how he kept writing about the Mary, but he never wrote her name?
Yeah.
He was using her tale to justify the Salem witch trials.
Oh wow!
Saying because of her, we can prove there are witches because of her. So if her case did not exist,
we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Apparently, we wouldn't know.
They potentially didn't have walk out from behind a tree. Yes.
That would be freaking cool. With the noose around her neck.
So I will say, in 1977, a man named Hal Clancy wrote an article on Mary Webster, and she was described as an aging spinster who wore rags, lived in a shack, and got by brewing love potions and peddling in hexes. She claimed to have possessed an evil eye and could dry up cow's milk at a blink. He made it up. Just like all the accusations that were made against her. So even in her death, Mary Webster never got a moment of freaking peace. He also never apologized for what he wrote.
Of course he's not.
Because she's dead. Why would I respect? Why would I apologize to a dead woman? You ruined her name again.
You drug us through the mud.
She was beaten in her 60s, in her 50s, in her 40s for just existing.
Mm-hmm. It's like, come on now. Kind of.
They would have chosen somebody else.
Like,
But
so now we can. I don't know. I mean, that's sad to hear that a 70,
mhm.
in that time in her 40s, 50s, 60s. Don't know if she got beat up in in her
After,
70s.
can you imagine though? Because if you hang somebody and they come back, that was a sign you were a witch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? And I bet you, if they did continue saying she was a witch, they didn't go into her home and they did not file any cases against her because that one case had already failed. But
Yeah.
can you imagine having to go to a court saying, well, we know she's a witch because we tried to kill her and she came back?
And then she could be like, hey, dumbasses.
You just admitted to trying to kill me.
Yeah. And not only that, you didn't do it right.
Exactly. So Mary ended up surviving. Hopefully she lived a peaceful 11 years.
Yeah, I hope so too. I've always been fascinated. The older, I never got really fascinated about witches when I was a kid. But I started getting fascinated with them when I got older. Like watching Discovery of Witches. That was a good show. I wish they bring that back. There's talk that there's great possibility that the vampire and the witch, in that show, might make a comeback. Like, I guess the author was talking about possibly writing some more books, and then they turn them into a show and they come back as, I hope so, because the dude that they have playing a vampire was really cool. I liked him. And then the young lady that's playing the witch, she's really I like the characters. Um, but never got into it. And I don't do the whole Wiccan witchcraft crap. Like a simmering pot, probably back then, if they did a simmering pot, you're like, oh, what are you boiling? You're boiling a potion. But now when you look into a simmering pot, which Abigail has shown me how to do one, but when we go to move, we're each going to do one for our home.
Also,
And then she tells me this, okay, I'm kind of a neat freak, okay? I don't like mess, okay? So she tells me, just take a little bit of cinnamon, and as I'm coming through the door, go, what, for as long as I can?
no, so you make a
You
giant
just,
breath. You say 3 times, I welcome wealth, prosperity, and money into my home. I welcome wealth, prosperity, and money into my home. I welcome wealth, prosperity, and money into my home. And go as hard as you can.
okay.
You have a quarter in your hand, and you put cinnamon over it, and then you blow it into the house. And then you can't sweep it up.
And that was my whole thing. Pagan is oldest,
Pagan
yeah.
is the oldest. But you can't sweep it up because then you sweep up the money.
So you can or can't?
You can't. If you sweep
See,
up the
my
money,
issue is it's going to bug the hell out of me that I know that there's cinnamon in my flour.
yeah, exactly. Oh,
Do
I
it
didn't know
on the
about the
first
Thursdays,
and
but I knew
Thursdays?
it on the first of the month.
So do it on the first of the month and every Thursday, or just the first Thursday of the month?
No, you do
I'm
it on the
asking
first
because I want confirmation.
because I think it might be the every Thursday. Because Thursdays are the day of wealth and prosperity.
Well, we get paid
You
on
like
Tuesdays though. I'm kidding.
Thursdays.
It's not that much on the fourth.
Exactly, it
You
doesn't.
don't understand me. I know it's there. I will know it's there whenever you want. Oh, so you can do it anytime.
I was always taught. When I did my thing, it was always the first of the month.
Uh-huh.
And if it fell on the first of a month, it was on a Thursday. That was extra good.
Okay.
I was only taught on the first of the month.
Okay, because I'm trying to, but be careful because it's not always just money.
It could be anything. So wealth and prosperity. It could be more hours. It could be anything. So like anything that would get you money. So as much as I hate to say it, like for example, there's a money spell that I have, and I haven't done it in a while. Where I go,
What?
I know, where I invite wealth and prosperity into my home,
Mm.
but with the exception of harm to none and wealth for one. So basically, because you could get wealth and money, right?
Mm-hmm. But who did it harm?
But
you to get
somebody dies to get, and I get their health insurance. So
Okay.
harm to none, wealth to one.
Okay. So you have to write that out because I'll forget.
I have my little thing in the thing.
I have to. Certain things you have to write out for me until I start doing it myself. and then I'm fine. But
Yeah, it's not always money. It can be hours you get more hours. It, like, if you ever want to do like a money spell jar, or like there's often you put like rice in a thing, you write how much money or how you want money, you put coins in there, you light a candle, you put it by the front of your door, that invites money in. Doing that on a Thursdays are your money days. They're the best day for.
I don't know if I could trust lighting a candle. Yeah, close your eyes. We ain't talking about you, because I'm pointing in that direction of Willow. When you move into a place, before you bring in anything, you bring in bread, salt, a broom, coins, and 2 pennies. Bread for always to have food, salt for protection, broom
for always safe, and coins tossed.
Okay, is there like any particular order that?
No, you just bring it in all at once. Have you ever seen Wonderful Life?
A Wonderful Life, the Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Black and white version?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If you see, they bring a basket and it
onto
has
the
like
floor and a penny on the top of the. I've heard about the penny on top of a door. Sill, front
Salt.
and back for money to
Yes.
always be welcome. So you put a penny on the back of the door frame on the top and on the front. I've heard that. I've heard
Yes.
about the pennies on the door, but I've never.
So you bring that stuff all in at once.
Okay.
Because you like in a little basket.
Okay.
Because you're that's the stuff you're inviting into the home.
Okay, because I like door sill. Yeah, I know. I know what you meant by door sill.
But yeah.
I'll have to learn how to do that. Because I'm all about, I like positive, I don't like negative. I do want, yeah, everybody wants money, but, it's more like prosperity. Mine would, I think I would want it to where money, prosperity, love.
Yeah.
Would be a big thing.
See, I learned the hard way. I think I did some protection things on like the window seals of my room one time. And I had said something along the lines of, if harm be done, something along the lines of my eye would hurt.
Yeah.
Bitch, 2 days later, my eye was killing me. I was like, I'm changing the spell. I'm changing this.
Lavender and rosemary by your front door for love protection. Yeah, I've heard about that, about lavender and rosemary.
But yeah, I learned the hard way, so I had to change it and redo them because my eye was killing me 2 days later because somebody was sending bad vibes my way. We know who the person who was sending me bad vibes my way was, but
yeah.
What could you do?
You stop. Why are you kicking me?
Because you're in her space.
Return to senders are safer than
and I think
broad protection.
I think it was a return to sender spell, but I had put in the caveat that I would know about the spell being cast towards me by my eye hurting, and then I was like rewording this because that hurts.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I think I like doing simmer pots too. After she showed me, you ever seen the simmer pots on Temu or on social media?
Yeah,
they're clear simmer pots. I want to find one of those. It's a pumpkin, so I can do like a simmer pot for the fall.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fun to do one every time the season changes. Do a simmer pot.
Do you know what?
Season.
So Justin and Kramer were moving the stuff from the storage unit into our house.
Okay.
Into the garage, right?
Yeah.
Kramer picks up my thing of headbands.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's this?" And Justin goes, "I don't know. That's her witchy shit." And Kramer goes, "Oh, so we have 2 crazy bitches."
And he's all, her what?
Like, her what?
Kramer cracks me up.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't get into, like, I know some people do. I know Wiccan and Pagan are the different ones. I hear a lot of people that do Wiccan.
It's newer. It's more the Wiccan is more like love and light and protection and blah blah blah. Whereas traditional witchcraft,
that's just 70s weed talking.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the old school witchcraft is, you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
I draw the line here at a certain point.
Yeah.
There are some witches who refuse to do love spells of any sort.
Oh, blame them.
Because technically the way they view it, is you're taking away their free will.
Yeah.
It's essentially if that relationship goes any further, that's not their person freely choosing.
Feel better, honey?
That's a form of non-consent.
Yeah.
Because they're not technically consenting to you doing this love spell. There are people who are like, okay, you know what?
Oh, kind of like it was started in the 60s, but we do remember tenfold.
Yeah,
Will not do free for invading spells. There you go.
exactly.
What is it? Another
There are people who will.
deja vu moment. Do you remember in Practical Magic?
They
the
said no,
ants-
don't do it.
They said no. She told the ants, don't do the love spell
Mm-hmm.
because the girls thought that they were cursed, and the ants did the love spell for Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? He dies later. There's a beetle.
And she is so upset because she didn't get to freely choose.
Nope. And that's what she wanted. She didn't want her aunts to choose. She didn't want her aunts to do it. She wanted to do it for herself.
Mhm.
She wanted to do it out of actual love, not look at the dude,
Mhm.
or she senses something. Yeah, the death beetle,
Mhm.
and you know, and then okay, her aunts did it without her permission,
See,
without consent, without asking.
exactly. So there are people who are like, I refuse to do spells that are like, no. There are other people like, no, I'm gonna profit off of it.
Yeah, which
I'm
is
gonna do that.
stupid.
Which, I mean, you do you. You get your bag, but
Did you remember karma? Karma's a witch. It's gonna come back and bite
Karma
you.
is technically a goddess. I would argue, and she
Yeah,
is
I know.
petty.
Yeah, but it's like, don't mess with that. I would not want to mess with any of that.
There are people who even say they would refuse. They like people do self-love spells, so to love themselves.
Mhm.
And there are people who refuse to do self-love spells because they're like that you're taking away your own free will. If you're willingly choosing to go under a self-love spell so you can learn how to love yourself,
Mhm.
that's not non-consent. You're willingly choosing
Get your
it.
own damn body, dumbass. Come on, use your brain. I want to know what I did to piss off karma.
I know, I do too. Just in another life was like, I am a murderer.
I don't know.
Was I a serial killer in another life? Was I Jack
do you
the
know what
Ripper?
They tell you so. Get away from me. No, they say I guess your birthmarks. I have 2 birthmarks. Okay, I have one on the front right here, and I have one on the back, but it's very faint. They say that is where you died in the past life.
I have
Both spots.
I have 0 birthmarks. The only identifying feature that I have is a thing of 3 moles.
Oh, true. She said that self-love spells
Have to be worded correctly. Exactly, because if you don't do it correctly, it could have lasting effects.
Repercussions.
You could also do glamour magic. So some glamour magic is as simple as like stirring your coffee one way and saying, I am beautiful, I am this, I am that, and then you drink the coffee and there you go. You casted a glamour spell.
I have resting bitch face. Don't look at me. Drink the coffee. Everybody doesn't make eye contact the next day.
You know
When
what?
you were
I'm
killed,
watching a
phobias are how you die too. Are you serious? So you're telling me I either died by a spider, I drowned somehow, or I fell off of something? Those are my phobias.
You know what? I can handle tornadoes. I cannot handle the idea of a hurricane. Every time I am watching a documentary on Hurricane Katrina and seeing
What the crap? But
seeing the hurricane hit, I started crying just hearing the wind gusts, and I was like, "Did I die in a previous life by fucking hurricane?"
That's just weird because I'm afraid of heights. I have a fear of drowning, and I do not like spiders.
See,
and it's specifically tarantulas. Daddy longlegs don't bother me. House spiders don't bother me, but it's more the
all spiders
venomous,
bother me.
the venomous ones, black widows, wolf spiders, fiddlebacks. The more venomous one, I don't like them. Tarantulas, nope.
All spiders bother me.
Blech.
I have the fear of like all the tiny little holes.
You and me both. Yep.
I have a
And you
fear
have 5
of
places in your life that your soul has chosen as an exit, and if your soul isn't ready, you stay alive. Oh, okay. I have 5 exits, 5 places in your life that your soul isn't. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
But I have a fear of if I'm swimming, if the bottom is too deep, nope, I can't.
Same here.
Mm-mm.
I go out as far as I can to the ocean, and when it starts hitting my chest, I turn around and go back. Because I'm like, this ain't happening. And I don't know how to swim. That's a fun fact you all didn't know. I do not know how to swim. I don't. Never learned.
I will teach you how to swim.
I'm all like, don't want to.
I remember I was swimming one night. It was like 8 p.m. and the pool lights died on the deep end of the pool. I was swimming and the fear was so irrational. I was like, there's a shark underneath. There's a shark underneath.
You're in a pool.
And I was like, I am in a pool, Abigail. There is not a shark underneath you. But I was like,
then I'd be that jerk that would go,
no, but I was by myself. So all I could hear was, there's a shark. There's a shark. There's a shark. And I was like, shut up. And so I got out of the pool and walked away. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I'd be that a-hole that would do that. Off to the side. Yeah, nope, never learned. Never been an airplane, never been on a cruise. I mean, if I want to go across country, I'll have to get on a plane at some point. I used to be very fearful of flying. See, my dad's a truck driver, so semi trucks, the only semi trucks that I am scared of are the ones that have chains with piping or something on the back of it.
You like trees, like Final Destination,
Never
trees
seen
coming
Final
out.
Destination. Never seen Final Destination.
I got a fear of the trees coming out and stabbing me, but that's because of Final Destination.
See,
They have traumatized me.
This is we could be going like our multiple when we've done trips to California, and John's driving. We'll pull up next to an 18-wheeler because I have much respect for semi drivers, and I feel like safe around them in a sense because my dad's one, right? And we were driving the highway. I think we were going to go into Phoenix or we were heading out to California. And all of a sudden we come up on this 18-wheeler that was to the right of us. And I look up and there he had on his trailer, he has those big old pipes that they stick like underground. And they're like the water, sewer, whatever type of pipes, right? And right. And then
I'm like,
yeah, I panic and I tell John,
Justin
like,
also panics.
I was like, can you just go? Can you move? Because there's a chain. It's not straps. It's freaking chains. You know, and yes, straps can rust. They can get brittle from the sunlight and get wet and all that fun jazz. But I'm like, can you move? Can you just go past these people, please? Just do that because I don't really want to know. It's like we ain't doing no Final Destination bull crap. Did you ever watch Blair Witch?
The Blair Witch Trial?
Yeah, so stupid.
Yeah.
No, so it was like stupid. I didn't watch it, but everybody that I heard
was the one
about,
where
where she goes into the forest and you're like this close to her face.
Oh yeah, the self-documentary, the mockumentary.
Sorry, bright light.
No,
up close and personal.
If you guys want to watch a really good documentary, 100%. I'm watching a documentary right now on Katrina. It's called Katrina Race Against Time. They're on their third day.
Had hay bales, you mean? Fall off a truck in front of me once, and I yelled, "This is how I die." Hay bales! Oh, WTF. Nah, mine is I'm more like you. It's the big things, either the pipes, the trees, or something coming off of that sucker. Vehicles freak me out.
Vehicles are kind of creepy.
Because you know how on the back of the
truck
they
sway.
hang out? Not only that, they hang off the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, can we go around here? I don't like that. There is a bridge. Talking about heights. There is a bridge. When I drove from here to California, there's a bridge that we were going when we went last year. It literally is up high and it tilts. And when I went across that bridge, I grabbed John's arm and I dug my fingers into his arm.
I wonder how you would feel driving over the Hoover Dam.
I think no, we didn't do that when we were going to Utah. No, we weren't anywhere near it. We drove past it, like where the Hoover Dam was located, but we never went We never went like over it or near it. I don't like bridges on water. I don't like that. I will not. When John made the comment of us driving from Wichita to Florida because to see the route, the sights. And I was like, "Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's me. I cannot drive over bridges with water underneath it." My brother found that out when we went to Branson. I drove and we were at one of the lakes. I think it was called Keystone Lake, so I don't know. So if Jamie ever watches this, please send a message telling me yes, that was it or not. But we were driving over it, and I went from, "Oh yeah, it's pretty," and then was me the whole time driving. John's like, "Look at this lake." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay." And I was speeding up just to get over it because I didn't want to. And then he was talking about, I'm like, "Wait a minute." Because if you remember in Haunted Mansion at the end with Eddie Murphy, they're driving over that bridge that's got the water underneath it, right? And it's also in True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like, "Wait a minute. Do we have to drive over that bridge to get to where we're going?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No, we're not. We're going to take the long way around. I will not do it."
There are some ways I think to like get to certain parts of like Florida, you have to drive over.
I just don't like, John can drive. I'll let him drive because I will panic. I just don't like driving over water. It just, for some reason in my head, it's like, "Oh, hurry up and get off the bridge because it's going to break." You know what I mean? And it's not going to break, knock on wood. I know that. But
I'm not legally allowed. I'm not medically cleared to drive because I'm considered a hazard to society. Not unless I get like the special.
I like listening, and we have the TV turned down, but it's hilarious when we can hear ourselves on the TV because then what we say and we repeat it and say it again, it sounds funnier the second time.
Yeah, I blame her too. I cannot drive by bodies of water, like rivers or something like that, without just like going, "Oh lordy." I think actually, what was it? I think it was. I don't remember when. I caught myself. I crossed myself and went, "Why? Why did you do this to me?" And somebody looked at me like I was talking to like I was weird for doing it. I was like, "You got no clue."
I'm talking to the man upstairs.
Yeah, I locked the
Don't
doors.
act like you don't talk to him either.
I locked the doors. I just.
So you probably wouldn't do, like, I was thinking of a sibling trip of going to Lake Texoma and Texas.
See, the
Oklahoma
lakes I'm
area.
not mad about. The lakes I'm not concerned about.
Hermione,
It is the rivers.
do you see your mess?
Rivers and bodies.
Don't pull it up.
No.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We're looking at where the dog lays. I'm gonna have to take
You
this.
are dirty.
I'm gonna have to take and wash this. We understand. You a dog. It's okay. I still never put the cover on this. It's bridges. See, if it's a small river, I'm okay. But if it's a large thing of water, forget it. Put me in the trunk and then let me know when we're done going over it. Just give me a straw to breathe. No,
one
I
time-
can't do that. I'd rather go out around.
I was in choir one time,
Yeah.
and we needed to get back to school because it was a school day, and we had sung at a church, and we were like, "Oh, we don't have enough space in the car." So I sat in the trunk, and I laid down in the trunk, and I drove in the trunk of somebody's car until we got to the school, and then they popped the hood, and I popped out the trunk.
That's not child abuse.
I volunteered.
It don't matter.
We didn't have enough space. It was either that or we do what I did in college, which was all three of us, the thing was done, and then somebody just laid down on top of us.
That probably would have been better. Just being in a damn trunk. Gosh. So
It was comfortable.
what is our next venture?
Our next adventure is Arnie Johnson. The devil made me do it.
Okay.
He is not a serial killer. He is just a one and done killer.
Oh, okay.
But it is not necessarily.
Okay, so he's a one and done.
He's a one and done. He was released from prison,
Okay.
so he is back walking free. It is not necessarily the murder case that is the interesting part.
Oh, okay.
The interesting part is what happens before the murder case and the trial after the murder case.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can tell you how many pages this
So
case
that one
is.
is just a in-betweener. Like you got what happens before the murder and then the trial after.
So I do talk a little bit about the murder. The murder was real quick.
Oh, okay.
The murder is not like some cases where it's like a whole lot of the episode.
Yeah.
This one is like really
Sorry,
quick.
I'm tired. Yeah.
It you never know where it's honestly going to go.
Mhm.
I can tell I didn't remember.
And we will have. I'm gonna try and get fabric up here. I'm gonna see what kind of.
It
No.
is 10 pages long, so it's a little bit longer than this one.
Okay.
It is an interesting case. The trial is overall very interesting. I will say the toy box killer.
Uh-huh.
How many pages is it? It is 17 pages.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about Kemper. Kemper, I think I'm in the middle of typing. And Kemper right now is so far like 5 pages.
Okay.
I haven't even gotten to. Actually, you know what? I have gotten to one of his murders, 2 of his murders. But I haven't gotten into like the big.
And this is the one that
killings.
we have to record because you're gonna be gone.
Yes.
And then we'll start into September's thing, and then schedules will be changing. I guess starting in September, because I was told that my schedule will change at the end of this month. That means I will no longer have Sundays and Wednesdays off. I will have Mondays and Thursdays. More time to prepare
Mm-hmm.
for cases. I won't have to rush home and put things together. And then Thursdays will be the new video days on me being here or whatever. I got Brianna's sign done, but I gotta add a few things. I have to put a little another cup on there. But I got that finished finally, so I can take it to her. And then we need to write on our little calendar over there. And we're gonna kind of start probably packing things up a little bit here and there,
Mm-hmm.
just to get things started and get it rolling. So that way we can start the grilling process of moving and packing.
The truly grueling process. As somebody who I've done what? I've done at least. Who's done like 7 moves in her 20s.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all in Oklahoma. Okay. 9, 10, which is here in Tucson. 10.
Magazine boxes.
Okay. Because we're going to use totes too, so that way we can unpack them and then we can stack those. What was I on? Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, living with John. 15. 15 moves in my life. In
I have
45
6
years.
more to get up to you.
Not a fucking competition. So 15. Then we're going to have 16, Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
And then 17 when we purchase our home. So I'm going to say a total of 17 moves. It will be in my lifetime. But that's because a lot of it, you didn't really get to see where I grew up and all of that stuff. So when we do move, we'll have to do a little girls thing and go down to Oklahoma and go to Kingfisher and stuff like that, just to drive you around and show you where. Like, you got to go see the Kingfisher parking lights. I love it. The swinging bridge, favorite part. Oh my God, there's so many lights on that bridge.
If
They
I
have
can walk it.
it's that doesn't bounce that much. They call it the swinging bridge because when it floods, the water does go underneath it, so it kind of pulls it. But it's a sturdy ass bridge. Let me tell you, they keep it up. Um, but like at Christmas time, they literally cover it in like thousands of Christmas lights. And you park on the other side, you can walk across and walk back. People do jump up and down on it, and
Damn.
it's a cool looking bridge. That's the same park that I told you had the Oklahoma City bombing tree. It was the angel tree for all the 168 people. I think there's like a frog. I think it's a frog with a soccer ball, or like a little boy with a soccer ball, for a kid named Zachary Trendle, who had brain tumor when we were younger, and he passed away. So, but they did that for him, and there's like a lot of things in there. I haven't been since I lived there, but it's fun. Um, it's something that they do every year. And then Leary and them were wanting to do a Branson Christmas, and I'd be like, "I'm down. Let's go, bitches. Let's do some Christmas. Let's go get some popsicles. Yes, will you put on your swim trunks for popsicles?"
You're scaring the dog. The dog's like, what the fuck is the whistling?
Herbert the pervert. I started for some reason.
You want to talk about a pervert?
I just
fucking-
started doing that one day. I was like, "Chris wants some popsicles." I just started doing it, and I'm all like, John goes, "What?" So I did it again. He goes, "Who is that?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's my version of Herbert the pervert from Family Guy."
Oh my god.
It's just for some stupid reason, I just started doing it, and I'll just go and start whistling and be like, "Hermione, you want a pup cup with some popsicles?" She's like, "Shut up."
She's ignoring you. She's like,
She
I
is.
can't with this family.
Hey, at least we have fun in our house.
Yeah, that's true.
We
We have a lot of fun.
Yes, we do. There's no. Nice thing is, there's no negativity in this house.
That's true.
I don't like it. But all right. So next week, same YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Try to say it 5 o'clock, but some reason I always screw it
Do
up.
you know what I am so mad about?
What are you mad about?
My rheumatology appointment falls on the day we do the case for the toy box killer.
Oh,
So either I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hard either way. They diagnose me with something or they don't diagnose me with something. I'm gonna get hit really hard, and then I'm gonna have to do the toy box killer.
yeah. Or if you don't have to get a Dutch Bros that day,
Oh, most certainly.
you're gonna have to get a Dutch Bros that day.
2 Dutch Bros.
Okay.
One after the rheumatology appointment, one before the case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a double whammy.
Dang, that look she just gave you. She's all like this. Like greedy?
Hey, Willow,
Well,
look at me.
hi.
Don't be the one who judges me. She used to just go, sassy pants.
She is very sassy. These are my sassy pants.
Oh.
Okay, kiddos. I'm ready to go lay down because I'm tired.
I will go lay down too because I'm also really tired.
But go get yourself a. I'm not gonna say what the price is. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to put it on the screen of how much this was, so we can get the comments down below going. Why would you pay that much for a bar? It's actually good. So
It's
I don't know,
actually really good.
Angela and Thomas. I think you both trying to shove it up my nose.
You're trying to snort it like it's straight crack.
Angela, you're ruining it.
Angela.
I wanted to tell people why. You're grounded for 86 seconds. Thomas, help me out here. She told. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna still do it, and there's gonna be a little message underneath it, right for Angela.
The Dubai cups. Yeah.
See, this is good though. It is really good. I would say 2 pieces at the max. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. We're in my time. Rudeness.
But yeah.
It's very good. I mean, it's not like the bigger one.
Well, why are you judging me? I'm
It's
over
not
here
like the
stretching.
bigger one. I mean, it's the Dubai style, so it's not literally the Dubai chocolate. It's the style of it. So it's like a miniature version of the bigger one. That's probably what, $30 or something
Yeah.
like that. That's more expensive. So, I mean, when she pointed it out to me, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that we had it. And then we go back to the store.
Yeah, we drove back to the store after we had gotten off.
Yep. So we go back to the store and got this. And I was like, oh, wow. And then I looked at the price. I was like, oh, freaking cheese and crackers, man.
And I was like, fuck it, we're getting 2. One for you, one for me.
But it is good. It is actually good. And again, for me, I think that the chocolate, it does not, to me, it does not overpower it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're not a fan of pistachios, you don't like the taste or the texture of it, the chocolate kind of covers that up. But it's good. It is very crunchy. The, what is that? The pastry, Kadayif? Kadayif?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kadayif pastry. It gives it a good crunch. It literally does. So, again, it's good. Splurge on yourself to get it, but I would keep it in the refrigerator. Keep it in the refrigerator to keep it cold so it don't melt. But we will see you guys. What are you doing? We will see you guys next Monday. Tatara is like trying to look up. What did she say? What did she say, Abigail? Makes the cups and the bars.
Soha. Vamos contando así.
No.
No.
But
Let me hold you on camera so they can see how adorable you are.
But we will see you guys next Monday with the next case. So what was the case again?
Arnie Johnson. The devil
Johnson.
made me do it.
Okay.
She does not like Arnie Johnson.
No, she does not. She cannot stand it. Kitty says nope. Yeah, pretty much. So
she's like, no, that's a horror case.
So Angela, Thomas, see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
So have a good night. Get some rest. And we will see you guys next week. Hopefully around the same time if I can get equipment up and going like I'm supposed to. So we'll find out what happens. All right, guys. Love y'all. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And share this with everybody. Tap the notification bell so you guys can be notified of when these go live.
Yes.
Please. We have 24 subscribers still. Come on. We need 26 more. We need 26 more to get to 50. 50.
50.
You know, we need 50.
Hey,
like 50 cents.
But Willow was eating it.
Why? Crackhead.
Yeah, that's right. That's snitch.
Why? You don't do that. Suicide.
Snitch.
All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Michelle.
I'm so tired.
Michelle.
I'm just watching myself. Okay, we're going. Bye.
Bye.